Now that we've finished Rakadonga's Cavern, we're going to be heading our way back to Goron City. There's a few things that we can do now that we have the bombs, so we're going to go ahead and take care of that today. And, oh boy, now he's flying around, and okay, yeah, at least you can kind of tell when she's going to start saying something, I guess. I've never really noticed that. I don't know if it's actually consistent or not. If she just randomly pops out because she needs to tell you something. Thank you for walking into a wall. Like, there's apparently something hidden back there, too. I don't know. But, now that we're back in Goron City, there's a few things that we're going to be doing here. Now that we have bombs, we can just throw bombs around and blow up these rocks. Apparently that wasn't close enough, so we're just going to throw a couple of these around here to see if we can't take care of at least one of them. Okay, there we go. This room over here, it acts sort of like a maze, even though if you have enough bombs, or if you just buy a bunch of like bombs, you can blow up all of these bombable rocks, and you'll eventually find your way through. The things that you can find in here is a gold sculpture, and there are 2 chests in here, and both of them contain a single either 50 rupee or 100 rupee. So you can potentially get either 100 or 200 rupees right from this room all by itself, so it's kind of nice to have if you need rupees. We have 200 at the moment, so there's no reason for me to really open these chests, so I'm not going to be doing that. This stone will get out of my face. I'd like to, okay, there we go, and okay, there we go. Don't know why I didn't like roll attack into it the first time, but whatever. So we got what we came for, which is the gold sculpture token. So now we can move out and get started on the first upgrade that we can get now that we have bombs. The 2 upgrades that we're going to be getting in this episode are going to require bombs, so you can't get them before. The first one here involves this Goron that's rolling around all over the place. I don't think he has a specific name or anything. If he does, I don't really remember it, nor does anyone really care. What you want to do is you want to get him over around this bridge, and you want to throw a bomb in his path while he's rolling around. If you manage to hit him with the bomb, it'll kind of knock him out of his little rolling session, and you can talk to him. And he'll say, oh, here in honor of your courage, I'll give you the big bomb bag, which gives you up to 30 bombs instead of 20 now. So we're going to go and get the other upgrade, which, believe it or not, is actually not in Goron City, but you can get to it through access of Goron, like you can access it through Goron City, which is in the Lost Woods. For this, you want to go left, left, straight, or up, whichever you want to call it, left, and then there will be a rock there, and that rock you want to bomb. And in there you'll find 2 business scrubs, and these business scrubs will, I don't know what the other one gives you, but one of them will give you the upgrade that we're kind of coming here to get, which is the Deku Nut upgrade, if I remember correctly. So yeah, it's just something I want to show because obviously if people are trying to 100% complete this or something, it's something that people will want, so I'm just kind of throwing it out there. And it doesn't hurt to get a free upgrade anyways. Even though this isn't technically free, he's going to charge you 40 rupees for it, but I mean, you'll notice very soon that it's not hard to really get those 40 rupees back, so yeah. Now that we're done in the Lost Woods, we're going to be heading our way back to Goron City because, of course, we still have to go up Death Mountain, and there's a few things that we can get along the way as well, or at least on the way up to the top of Death Mountain. So, and I like how he just rolled out of like the way there, but whatever. So, hooray! Now we can kind of get started on climbing Death Mountain. I mean, I don't understand some of the things that, like, some of the ways that this game actually works because it just doesn't make sense to me. You're gonna understand here shortly because I'm gonna be doing it because it's always been a habit of mine. I'm sure that a lot of people seem to remember from the early parts of. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about doing this. We need to come here because in here we can find a even bigger Goron. I didn't mean to throw that like that, and why did I just drop that there? Too late to pick it up because it's going to just... Okay, I still get hit by the explosion. Stop dropping it! I don't know why I keep dropping it, but whatever. At least it didn't blow up in my face. Let's just do this the hard way and drop a bomb there rather than waste our own bombs. And then we'll just grab this one, and there's another wall back here. There's another one right behind it, so just want to make sure this thing blows up, and... Okay, hopefully, okay. We may hit ourselves too. Fantastic. But he's going to mention that he's working on a sword that's going to take anywhere between 5 and 6 years. So we obviously can't get it now. But if I'm not mistaken, this kind of ties in with something that like you have to do it in order to kind of work with it as an adult. So something I just wanted to kind of do and get out of the way, just to be on that safe side. I don't remember if you have to do it or not, but I'm doing it anyways. So just kind of showing that he's there. I don't remember if he ever sells you anything else, but it's never been something that I've ever found myself going to do. That would be buying stuff from him, other than what we'll be getting way later down the line. For anyone that doesn't already know, I'm not going to spoil it, but if you already know, then hooray. And we're not going to go get that Skulltula just yet. We're going to go ahead and work on Death Mountain first, because I'd honestly like to get this out of the way first. And this kind of tests your bomb throwing here, just like that one room in Dodongo's Cavern. As you can see, the rupees aren't really hard to get, and it's even easier so because of this boulder here. If you bomb this, there's going to be another little underground area that you can get to. I believe there's a cow in here as well. And I think you can also bottle a fish in here if you want to. Those rupees that we just picked up, they respawn, so if you want to, you can jump back in there and get even more rupees. So just kind of throwing it out there that you can actually get that. And this is what I was talking about before. Normally you need to use your Hylian shield here to shield whenever the volcano or whatever erupts, so that way it can kind of like sponge the damage so you don't get hit. But instead you could just back run like that. I guess I don't know how else to really phrase that. I'm just going to call it a back run. And you actually move faster than the falling rocks, so you don't get hit. So I'm kind of thinking you don't really even need the Deku shield for, or not the Deku, well, either that too. I'm pretty sure you could just back run and be perfectly fine, but the game insists that you kind of get the Hylian shield, so that way you can shield yourself from damage, which is, it just feels like it's not necessary to me, as long as you're positioned well enough, I guess, whenever you do the back run. As you can see, Gabora is here. We're not going to talk to him just yet, because if you talk to him, he'll take you down to Kakariko, which we don't want. We're going in here to the Death Mountain crater. In here we have literally only a minute before we die. It's way too hot. So, and in that crate there is a gold Skulltula. We're going to get that on the way out, because the other thing that's of equal or higher importance is down here. You can see that there's a heart piece in here, and we have to get out of here as fast as possible. So it's better to just get this out of the way now and get the hell out of here. I've actually tried recording more than once, and I actually died in here because it seemed like for some reason the timer was a lot lower by the time I got there. So I don't know what was up with that, but whatever. Anyways, let's try not to get hit, and another gold Skulltula for us, and a rupee for what it's worth, even though we're already full. So now that we're done in there, we are not exactly done with being up here at the top of Death Mountain. We're going to throw a bomb over here. It looks like it was too far away. Apparently it wasn't, though. It's good. Well, what you want to do in here is, well, it's the Great Fairies Fountain, so you want to kind of whip out your ocarina and play the Zelda Lullaby. Believe it or not, I didn't remember the actual buttons for it, because it's been a while since we've consistently uploaded, even if it is going to be up late. And what we're going to be getting here is we're going to be getting a spin attack, and we're also going to be getting something a lot more important, which is our magic gauge. We will be able to use magic-based attacks now, primarily being, of course, the spinning attack that we have. But I mean, you're not going to really see that very often throughout the game anyways, but the more important thing here is definitely the magic meter that we get. You need it for fire arrows, ice arrows, light arrows. You need it for another thing that we're going to be getting here in a few moments, and yeah, there's just a lot that you kind of need magic for, so this is mandatory. You really do need to come here to get this, because otherwise you can't really use any of the arrows against bosses that would require them, things like that. So just kind of putting that out there, you do definitely need to come here. So now we have our magic meter. If I remember correctly, we can actually get an upgrade for it at some point. I don't remember where exactly. I'll worry about that when we get to it. But anyways, now that we're done with Death Mountain, we can talk to Gabora, and we can ride his talons down the mountain, and he'll take us straight to Kakariko. There is a cool thing about this, and I think that there's an extra thing that I might have forgotten, or not forgotten, but I am forgetting. I think there's a gold Skulltula that you can get at night, where we land. I don't really remember, but I'm not gonna try it just because I don't want to end up like respawning in town like at the beginning of the town or something. So there is one thing that we can get, like I think it's around here, but there's one thing that we can get if you drop down, and I'm sure a lot of people remember there was a little ledge up there. There's a hole there that brings you into this like caged area with a cow. I don't understand why a cow is caged here in the first place, but whatever. It's stuck there with a heart piece, so I mean, free heart piece for us. So I don't know if anyone accidentally heard that. Like my mouth has like a lot of saliva. I don't know what the phrase is, but it's like, oh, I did not mean to pick up that, but whatever. Anyways, what we're gonna be doing now, I did forget to get that one gold sculpture. We'll get it in the next episode. There's one still on Death Mountain Trail that requires a bomb. We'll get that in the next episode. But what we're going to be doing first is we're going to be working on getting another Great Fairy Fountain. We're going to be going to that. And I believe that's all we'll have time for. We'll have to see. We have like 3 or 4 minutes left before it's pretty much going to be called an episode. So yeah, we're going to be going to Hyrule Castle. As the Great Fairy mentioned, there is another fountain near the castle, so we're going to be going ahead and going there and checking that. Another thing that I know we're going to probably end up doing in the next episode is we're going to be going to a mini game that is in Hyrule Castle. I don't remember if it was accessible before or not. I don't think it was. I think that we had to beat Django's Cavern in order for it to actually open up, but I mean, whatever, it's not a big deal. We'll be getting it anyways because we're here in Hyrule Castle. So over here, giant rock, throw a bomb at it, and okay, good, it did explode. I wasn't sure if it was going to be too far again or not, and then we'd have to throw another bomb and waste our time. But so what we're going to be getting here, we're going to be getting Din's Fire. This magic is actually going to be very useful. There are, I'm sure everyone remembers our favorite torches. Torches, sometimes you have to light them, and obviously as we are now, like, we don't have the fire arrows or anything, so we have, the only thing that we can really use to light torches at the moment is the Deku Stick. True enough, you can use the Deku Stick, but you can also use Din's Fire to light up multiple torches at the same time if they happen to be close enough by. So, I mean, for a little bit of magic that you can replenish freely, it seems kind of nice. Not to mention, it has some damage aspect to it. Obviously, you can use it as an attack, stuff like that. So it's got some really nice utility, I guess, is a good way to word it. But it's just worth coming here to get, because I mean, it's a nice little magic that you can use for pretty much nothing. So if I can, okay, there we go. I did not want to talk to the fucking crest, pardon my French, but really don't. I don't understand why you could just talk to things like that, but whatever. Anyways, instead of climbing that ladder over there, we're going to just take the little bit faster way out and just have our asses thrown the hell out. So that should make things a lot easier for us. So, I mean, why not? Anyways, we're going to be heading into town again. It's night, unfortunately. I don't really like playing the game at night at all, really. But I know that a lot of sculptures are only found at night. Anyways, this is the house with the next minigame that we're going to be dealing with, which is the Bombchu Bowling Alley. I'm pretty sure that a lot of people enjoy playing this minigame. We'll be taking care of this, as well as getting that one sculpture that we missed, as well as potentially getting started on the Zora River in the next episode, so be sure to stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and until next time, this is the Poke Gamer, signing out.